is my 38th Talk to Me Tuesday, and it is January 24th, 2012. And, oh, I thought someone was going to make an appearance. Come here! Come here! I don't know if you can see him. Kind of usually is in the background. Okay, that's my stuff I need to... Come here! Look! Oh, you just want petted. Okay. Don't mind the mess. But this is our dog. He usually... Okay. Oh, you want a pet? Or want me to shake your hand? Okay. He's usually pretty shy. But he's always, usually right at my feet when I make the recording. So, oh, now you just want petted. The whole time, probably. So yeah, he's our other dog, well, our one and only dog, but he's pretty big size, but he's really friendly. And I totally forgot that I was supposed to show my giveaway item, so I'll probably either do that next week or later on in the week, maybe on Thursday, when stuff is not as hectic. Yes, I know you still got petted. So I have a few items. Just lay down. Can you lay down? No, you don't want to? Okay. Oops. So this is how much progress I have gotten on the Harbor Lights. I'm sorry, it's... What is here? Sorry. I didn't realize my thread was all entangled there. There we go. So, as you can tell, I thought that in there, it looks a little bit weird, but I got done with R, L, I, and then this is starting with the G. So it's starting to curve there. And with the R, the L, the I still need to do the shading with the brown. But I think I did an okay job so far. I didn't get it completed as much as I wanted to, but yeah, I'm having homework, and I have quite a bit that I need to do later today, so I think it's still coming along really good. I do think that this G and the I look, I don't know, it looks really close. It looks like it's too close, but I mean, I went by, you know, on where I'm supposed to be according to the pattern, but it just looks really close to me. I don't know, compared to the others. So, I don't know, that will probably drive me nuts. So, that is, of course, really the only thing I did, but I still had some stuff that I kind of want to show. By Saturday, and I'll have to take a picture of it, I need to have an item done for a swap. And so I'm going to make this item. I thought it was really cute, and I really like it. I like vintage type stuff, but hopefully this will kind of count. I know it's like traditional, but it was just kind of vintage at the same time. I don't know. It's sending off to Britain. And obviously I'm not going to put in the date or their name because I don't know their spouse's name, but I thought it was cute. It's only going to be a 3.5 by 3.5. So it's going to be fairly small because these were to make cards. And I had thought of, you know, maybe they could put it in a small little frame, or maybe they could even make it into like their own ornament. So after I get done making it, I'm going to give them the whole, you know, all the extra fabric, and then they can decide what exactly they want to do with it, because I want to decide for them, and then it ended up being that they wanted to, you know, they think it's cute enough to be a Christmas ornament or whatever, you know. So hopefully they'll like that. I haven't started on it yet. Let's see here. Oh, I got more blocks for my quilt guild yesterday. So I have them to do. I'm really behind on getting these done. And this one pattern that they got me, or the one person wants us to do, it's like, it's huge. It's gonna be like an 18-inch block or something like that. Yeah, but they were nice enough and they cut out all the pieces, so at least that helps. And also at the Quilt Guild meeting, someone had these for free, and I thought they were so cute. So I picked this one up because my CKI, our mascot, is a panda, and we have a shirt on the panda and stuff like that. His name is Poe. And so I thought of just cutting this out and then making it into a bib, and then like if he goes with us to eat somewhere, then he will have his own bib and make sure he doesn't get anything on his nice shirt or whatever. People like dress him up and stuff like that and take him places, and take pictures. I guess kind of like the gnome type thing, or whatever. And then I thought this was cute, so I got this. So I got this for free. The only other items I have is some items to talk about, some books. Since Borders closed, a book selling, trading, credit type store came in, and they also have movies and stuff like that. But they actually moved in where Borders was, so it's huge. And you can get movies there, you can get like PlayStation games, stuff like that, and you can sell that type of stuff to them, which was great because I sold some stuff that I had not used for years and figured I'm never going to use them, so why not give them to them? And I found anyone from the 80s, how can you not like the Goonies? Woohoo! So I loved that movie as a kid. Me and my sister had it like memorized, and we'd usually watch it every day. And then, because we had it on tape, and then anytime it was on TV, we would watch it as well. That was like the one and only movie that my sister and I, we did that with a lot of movies, like Stand By Me, Indiana Jones, The Breakfast Club, and stuff like that. And usually if my mom would come home and she would find us watching one of those movies, she would tell us to turn it off, and then, you couldn't watch it for like a day or two. You're banned from watching it, But The Goonies, she didn't mind because she loved that movie. My husband actually isn't a fan of the movie. I don't know why. I think the reason, one of his major complaints was at the end they had said something about an octopus, but in the movie there never was. But whoever's job it was to edit, they never edited that out. Although I did see, last time I saw it on TV a few months ago, they actually had went back and taken that out. But I never remember. This must have just been for a picture explicitly for the book, because it says "Save the Goondocks." So there's a picture, because they didn't have this in the movie, of course. So this was really the only picture that I saw that would not have been from the movie. But so I'm really excited to read this. I did not know that they had a book version, but yeah, I got it for $1.03. Can't do that. And it appears to be in the first person from Mickey's viewpoint. Then I got the Secret Life of Bees. That looks interesting, and if it's really good, which it appears like it might be, this might be one of the next books that I choose for my quilt book club to read, maybe perhaps. I'm usually not too much into mysteries, but I thought this looked interesting. It's called The Lover's Knot by Claire O'Donoghue. And I guess it's a first in a series. So I thought that looked interesting. And for my quilt guild, Heaven is for Real is the next book we're supposed to read. And I made the mistake of, for the our meeting that we just had this past week, I waited and waited and waited and waited and waited for the book from the library for like almost a month, and then I got it like a week or two before our book meeting, Quilt Guild book meeting. Yeah, it's kind of different because it's with the Quilt Guild, but it's the book club. So, anyways, because I didn't want to buy the book. So yeah, so I'm not going to do that. So I said I wasn't going to do that next time because I didn't get a chance to finish the book because I didn't have enough time. So this time I bought this book. This was the only book that was not on sale. Oh, and the place is called Second and Charles. They have a couple other locations, I think by Atlanta and North Carolina and stuff like that. Someone told me that they were owned by Books A Million. Don't know. But most of the books I got were like $3.95, so you can't read that. So for this book, it was full price, because, you know, they just must have got in. This book is called The Thing Itself, on the Search for Authenticity. So it seems pretty interesting. So this guy is pursuing authenticity in places and objects, politics and ideas, and ourselves. And he's troubled by the lack of substance in contemporary life. So I really thought it sounded really interesting, something that I usually think about and stuff like that. So the author is Richard Todd, and from what I gather, it's all about his own search type thing, So yeah, so it looks really interesting. Can't wait to read it. The Education of Henry Adams by Henry Adams. This, he was, where was that? Oh, his great-grandfather was John Adams, and then his grandfather was John Quincy Adams. And, this is kind of like, privately printed in 1906. This is kind of about some of his viewpoints or whatever in regards from the Civil War to the First World War. So I'm not quite sure. I thought maybe it would be more kind of like a diary type, but it's not. So we'll see how I like this. But it did get Pulitzer Prize in 1919. So it might be really good. But yeah, so it's kind of a little bit interesting because even though they have him as the author, he talks at least the book talks about him like in the third person kind of just by Henry this, Henry that. So it's a little bit different. So let's see. And I got this called Child 44 by Tom Rob Smith. And it takes place during the Soviet Union, during communism. And I guess that this guy, he's really into, the Communist Party and stuff like that. And he has, like, I guess, high friends or whatever. And apparently all of a sudden they kind of like he's demoted and his enemies that he has come out against him or whatever, and he thinks that there is like a murderer that's loose and that possibly the person might be a serial killer or whatever, but I guess it's a crime to even suggest, according to this book, and this book is I'm sure is just a novel, to say that there's a criminal, or not a criminal, to say that there's a murderer around them, let alone that there's a possibly a serial murderer. I guess that's a crime. In this book, it's a crime to say that. So this guy is trying to find out more information and stuff like that, when what he's really doing is criminal, according to the system, and according to this book. And another book that I picked up that I'm really, really, really excited about, and if you have stayed this long, thanks. And I probably should have shown this book ahead of time before some of the other books, just so I didn't, in case I bored anyone. This one book I just got, and I've been waiting, I think, like 2 to 3 months from the library for it. It's called Make the Bread by the Butter by Jennifer Reese. And she, I think like she lost her job or something like that, and so she really needed to, for her and her family, they really need to find ways to, be economical. So she spent like a whole year finding out what things that she could um, bake. I think it's just baking, nothing with like cleaning supplies and stuff like that. Just baking, and so she, for a whole year, she found out what was cheaper to make. Was it was butter cheaper? Was to make it yourself or buy it? And I saw that baking bread, and bread is cheaper than buying it at the store. She has here, buy meat, or not buy, but make your own mayonnaise, which I don't know if I would do that. But I mean, not to say there isn't people who didn't do that, and I don't know people that have done that in the past. My great grandmother, my grandmother, and my mom, when my mom was growing up, they made their own mayonnaise. And my mom helped my grandma and stuff like that making their own mayonnaise and stuff like that, because they lived on a farm, clear out by themselves. So they weren't just, they didn't have time to go to the store, and go get it. I mean, they lived on a dirt country road, so, and they lived out in the middle of nowhere. So I'm really excited to find out. And she has recipes in here and stuff like that. So I think some of the stuff will be really interesting. And I don't know if it tells, it looks like this is mostly, most of it's just a lot of recipes, and I guess every now and then she tells you some stuff, which I would think it would be really interesting if it was, I just literally got this from the library, so this is the first time I've actually looked at it. But I think it would really be interesting if she just wrote about her whole experience during that time. But I guess this is more of a, I mean, it does give some of her insights, but a lot of it is the recipes that she has come up with. But so maybe one day she might write an actual, just strictly a novel. So I guess she has a website called tipsybaker.com, tipsybaker.com. So, I thought maybe some of you might enjoy this. So I'm pretty excited about this. And then I have another book that I got, and I'll probably just do a blog on that one. So that's all I have. Take care, everyone. Have a great week.